Good evening, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to my beautiful rideshare revolutionaries. It's me, Gig-Olo, the leader of the rideshare revolution, the rideshare rock star, and the captain of the 2K club. And the realest, the funniest, the handsomest, and the bearded-less driver YouTube. And this video is going to be super, it's just going to be like me talking, very caveman style. No kind of no visual aids this time around. I want to cover a couple things really quick. A lot of it's kind of like stuff I've mentioned before, but I think it definitely it's kind of some things need to be repeated. You know, the channel gets bigger and the audience is growing, and not everyone is caught up or up to speed on everything. But I think the first one we're going to talk about is probably a very critical conversation you should be having with passengers. And when I say that, I don't mean you should force this conversation on your passengers, but I think it's good to discuss it with passengers when it does happen. I've had a couple, out of the 130 rides I've given this week, I've had a few different passengers say, well, you're going to do pretty good on this ride, right? I got charged $13, and then I'm doing the math in my head, and I'm like, nah, I might make about 7 or 8 of that. And they're like, what? A lot of passengers, probably the overwhelming majority of passengers, they're under the impression that there's still a commission-based, payout. So if a passenger got charged $10, then they're under the impression we made $8. And I have to explain to them that whatever they got charged and we get paid are two completely different things. That it's always a mystery to me what passengers get charged until after I check the fare myself. But I can usually confidently do the math in my head and know how much I'm going to get paid per trip if I'm really thinking about it. That's on a normal ride without any kind of surge on Uber and Lyft. With the prime time on Lyft, same thing. Excuse me, I'm tired today. And but that's the thing with the flat surge on Uber on a 45 plus, I don't know, because it might get multiplied, it might not. But whenever I explain to passengers the way the pay structure works, they're all really surprised. They're just like, wow, I didn't know it worked like that. And you can tell that kind of gets the gears spinning a little bit. I know it's on the passenger side. Most passengers don't really care what we make. They're more concerned about what they're paying for a ride. But it's still good to inform your passengers and let them know exactly what we're dealing with, how we're getting paid, and sometimes how these apps are taking advantage of them. Not all the time, but you've all seen those fares where a passenger got charged $30, we got paid $12 or something. Sometimes the apps are very much gouging the passengers, and that's not fair at all. So that's the first thing I wanted to cover. The second thing I'm going to cover is my first ride today was a 45 plus from the suburbs. It was a couple going to the auto show. And they told me that they were super thankful that I picked them up because the first driver they requested called them and said, hey, where are you going? And they told him McCormick Place. He's like, oh yeah, you can cancel on me. I'm not going to McCormick Place. And I was like, you can report that kind of behavior. And she's like, I know, I did already. So that driver, whoever that driver was, he just got into trouble for that kind of behavior. You cannot do that, guys. Okay, I have to be very careful on what I say in these videos. I don't know if Uber and Lyft are watching, but if you're going to do destination discrimination, you better have a damn good reason, okay? There was one of my disgraced members of my group chat, one of the turncoats, I know this chick was cherry picking rides left and right. She was talking about how she made all this money. We figured out, like, oh no, well, you're calling each passenger before you pick them up, and you figure out where they're going. And then she's probably saying like, oh, please don't report me. I've got a kid. Please don't report me. You know, so she was using that. But like, don't cherry pick rides. That is one of the best ways to get deactivated, guys. If you want to play that shit, you're in the wrong game. Like, I get it. We all wish we knew where the passenger was going. But the difference between rideshare and the cab model is the fact that we have to maintain, we have to be professional. We have to maintain a level of professionalism that the cabs didn't. That's why the cab model collapsed almost instantly. As soon as rideshare showed up, people were taking Ubers and Lyfts. They're like, bye, nice to know you, cabs. So with that in mind, you can't play that game. You're going to get in trouble for it, and after enough complaints, you're going to get deactivated. But if you're going to do that, you better have a damn good reason of why you're not going to take that ride. I'm not saying lie to your passengers. Don't lie. But the only times where that kind of shit is acceptable is when you, like, let's say you've been driving for 8 hours and you got a ride an hour away. So you know, like, okay, I've been driving for 8 hours. I got an hour-long trip. I'm probably going to have to drive an hour back. I'm tired. I don't want, that's dangerous. That's when you'd be like, hey, you know what? I've been driving all night or all day. I'm a little sleepy. I may not be in the best condition to take that ride. Explain it to your passengers. They'll probably understand. If you have a prior obligation, be like, oh, I got to meet my friends for dinner. I got to meet my family for this. I don't think I have enough time to do all that stuff. Make your passengers understand. If you just don't feel like taking a long trip for whatever reason, you're opening yourself up to getting in trouble on the apps. And I'm not directing you guys to lie to your passengers. Do not lie. It's unprofessional, but if you absolutely have to, don't just say, like, I don't feel like doing it. That's a good way to risk your account. And you shouldn't be, I don't know, you shouldn't be calling passengers anyway to figure out where they're going. That is super amateur. Another thing I want to talk about is, I had two other things I want to mention this week. What happened this week? And one of them will come back to me. So I got an email on Monday. So you guys know I donate my tips to Lurie's, right? Usually it's anywhere from $70 to like $115 typically. So I got an email. I usually get like 2 emails a month from them. I honestly, I don't even read them. I just like, okay, it's a generic email. And they send these out to their email list. No big deal. I just kind of give it a quick glance and move on. But I got an email in my inbox on Monday, and I'm reading this email. I'm like, this actually seems like it was like someone took the time to like write this email. So I'm going through this email, and it says, hey, we appreciate the contributions and all that stuff. We'd like to invite you to come and visit out this new thing and take a tour. And I'm just like, I think it was like, I finally responded on Wednesday, and I was like, yeah, I'm down for that. I can definitely come take a tour. And so then we were working out like where and when to do it. And I'm going to meet this guy next week, and I'm just like thinking to myself, like, is this guy gonna try to bilk me for more money? Like, I give my tips. And I wanted to pledge more money this year. You know, I wanted to pledge like $100 a week so I could try to clear $5,000 in donations. But as you guys know, I'm trying to work my way out of debt and all that stuff. So it's like, I don't know if as much as I want to, I don't know if I can donate. You know, I don't want to like fill in that gap every single week. I mean, some weeks I'll clear $100 in tips. Some weeks I won't even come close. But I wanted to, right? I don't mind meeting up with this guy. And it was funny. I'm not gonna say the guy's name, but the title said like major gift officer at Lurie's. And I was just like, I Googled it, and it said his job description is to pretty much like keep prospective donors happy and, you know, and all that stuff. And I'm just like, please don't ask me for more money. That's gonna piss me off. Okay, that's the other thing I want to mention. You know, the auto show. That was coming back to me. This is a funny story. I'll just end with this. I'm not going to monetize this one. So I was at the auto show on Tuesday, right? And I'm walking around, and I was hungry, and there was a couple like different things to eat, and I was like, I don't want anything too like unhealthy or whatever. So I saw like a churro stand, right? And I was like, man, I love churros. Churros are so good. So I walked over there, and they smelled good, and I was like, how much for a churro? And the girl was like $4.75, and I was like, all right. I had $5 in cash on me, $5 whole. I usually don't carry cash, so I buy a churro, and I had the quarter, and I was like, I feel really bad for only having this in tip, but I dropped the quarter in a little tip jar, and I grabbed this delicious churro, and I start eating it, and I'm walking around, I'm looking at cars, and then I got a message in my Instagram. I got a DM. Someone asked me, are you at the auto show? And I'm like, yeah, I'm here. I figured one of my subscribers or whatever spotted me here. You know, I'm like, I got 6,500 subs. Figured one of you might spot me, right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm here at the auto show. And the message said back, go back to that churro stand and get a free churro on me. And I was immediately really confused. I'm like, huh? Right? And I was just like, is this guy here? Right? And he's like, my wife works there, and she recognized your voice from the videos because I watched them in the living room. And I started fucking laughing. I mean, I had like a gut-busting laugh in the middle of McCormick Place at the auto show. And I'm like, man, what a weird feeling. I honestly didn't expect that. That's why I probably laughed so hard, was just like, how the fuck do I get recognized from my voice alone? Because that's one of the things I don't think I've told you guys this. I can't stand the sound of my own voice. I feel like I hate listening to like my recordings and all that stuff. I think I have a very like annoying voice. I just don't like listening to myself. And I just thought it was funny that someone recognized me just from the way I sound. And that's pretty much it. Just a little quick blurb, quick recap of what's going on this week. Definitely, just to wrap up. I mean, just to go back for what this video is. Definitely, you guys, you shouldn't force this conversation on your passengers, but definitely talk to your passengers about how the pay structure works on Uber and Lyft, because that might enlighten them a little bit. Definitely do not do destination discrimination, because that's Bush League, that's amateur. And I got the meeting with the guy with lures next week, and the churro story. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I've been a little light on content this week because I've been driving like crazy. I took Monday off, so I just been I drove all day Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, yesterday, and today. But I'm making pretty decent money, killing it. Oh yeah, and I also called the cops on drunk driver 15 minutes ago. No, 20 minutes ago. Yeah, 20 minutes ago. So hopefully they catch that piece of shit. And that's all I got, guys. I want to thank y'all for watching. Yeah, everyone have a safe weekend, and I'll talk to you next time. So everyone, stay safe, stay driven, stay classy, and bye-bye.